to talk to you because, well, you've been in my ecosystem for 6 years. You've been training since I had Arlen's Academy. Now you are part of the Avengers, where you do office hours with our 360 Pass members. Very, very cool. So people might recognize you from that for sure. Can you tell me what just happened though with Authority X Pro? Because you
Yeah.
are a paying customer of Authority X Pro. What
Yes.
just happened?
So AXP is fast for anybody that thinks, oh, I'm going to get this thing and I don't know when I'm going to turn it into revenue. AXP is fast and it works fast, but sometimes your sales process may be a little slower. I personally work with a lot of B2B. On the third day I had Authority X Pro, I had an issue come up with a B2B client. I was nervous about losing this sale. Immediately, Authority X Pro helped me frame the conversation appropriately. And about 2 months later, I closed a $15,000 sale. So I did all the work very
15,000.
quickly, but it took
Mm-hmm.
a while for it to get signed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what is B2B for anybody who doesn't know that
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube?
Business to business. So ultimately, I'm selling to a business decision maker in a corporation that has a budget as opposed to pulling money out of their own pocket.
Right. So how long would you say AXP helped you, like took to help you before the 2 months of
It was
deliberation?
minutes. So
Minutes.
minutes, literally minutes. So, like I said, bought it on the 16th of April. I had a one-on-one with you on the 17th. So I thought, well, I don't want to confuse the tool and Arlen directly from her mouth. So let me just wait on it. So I met with you the next day, and then I didn't get into AXP until the following day, which was a Saturday.
Okay.
I'm at my desk in Authority X Pro, and the corporate client emailed me, and it was one of those short and to the point emails. And I thought, oh no, I have a problem. And immediately went into Authority X Pro, said, how do I solve this? He's checking his email on a Saturday. I need to respond quickly. And it helped me. So,
That's too cool.
yeah.
And why do you feel comfortable, if you don't mind, this might be a weird question to ask, but why do you feel comfortable talking about that out like in public?
I think a lot of times people feel like, oh, I know something. And so because I already know something, either I don't need another tool or I can just figure it out. But sometimes time is your most precious asset. And if there are reps that you can take advantage of, and I talk a lot about leverage in the work that I do, if there's a point of leverage that you can get to go faster, go bigger, what have you, do
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, love that. So Authority X Pro, I've still talked to people. I mean, it's been out for like 3.5 months. I just was showing somebody today on a different call. I take them to your first 5K and then I open up the Authority X Pro like posts group.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
it's just like, I saw yours, I saw this. It's like rows and rows and rows. You have to go through several pages because it's so many people who are like, this thing is incredible. This thing worked. This thing is incredible. What do you, when somebody says, well, I'm not going to do it because, first of all, $1,000 is a lot, you know? And well, to me, it's like,
You have no idea.
yeah, I would have killed to get this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But second of all, like, why is it different than like just having a free chat GPT account?
Because it's trained on your reps and your knowledge plus all the other language model information. So it's like it's the sales and marketing and action taking coach that you can't really get somewhere else because it's all consolidated, right? I
Mhm.
was on a call not too long ago and someone was asking me about it. I said, you know how if you go to the grocery store and you don't have a recipe and you're like, oh, I want to make dinner tonight, you could wander the store picking up things off the shelves and it might take you forever and you might check out and you may not have what you need to make a meal. Or you can go with a Michelin star recipe, get the
Mm.
exact ingredients you want, and go home and make your family a Michelin star meal. That's the difference.
Whoa, that's a commercial. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, I trained it because you can train different things, and I think some people think it's like me having a custom GPT. It's not. Like a custom GPT is very helpful, but it's helpful to the crowd. It's
Yes.
like this one thing it knows how to do over and over again. Great.
Yes.
This Authority X Pro, because I have custom GPT, so I know that.
Sure.
Authority X Pro is for you, one on one, so customized. Yeah.
Yes. And the other thing with large language models is it's pulling in all of the data it can, but that doesn't mean it's successful data.
Uh-huh.
It's just repetitious,
Yeah,
repetitious
yeah,
data, right?
yeah. When
Yeah.
it comes to the certified version of Authority X Pro, you are a certified strategist. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think a lot of people still don't know that that's an option.
Yeah, I think that it's a twofold thing. It's both a how to improve the value of your offer, as well as how to speed up your delivery of an offer.
Okay.
And if you do any kind of business, if you're an entrepreneur, you've got to be the chief promotion officer, the chief delivery officer, the chief sales. You've got to wear all the hats. And
Mhm.
sometimes you do that dance between delivery and promotion. And if Authority X Pro certification can help you with deliver, then you can spend more on the promotion, building a pipeline, all that stuff.
Yeah, so explain that a little bit. So for people who are just not
Mhm.
familiar,
Yeah.
there's a certified version, and what do you
Mhm.
get? And I know these answers
Yeah. So I
obviously,
have a
but
client.
it'd
Yeah, of course.
be helpful to hear it from
Yeah.
someone else because I'm going to always say it's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to go into the client dashboard. Like I actually right pretty soon I'll be onboarding that client that I sold the $15,000 deal from.
Yeah.
I have my process that I go through. We onboard, I do my initial meeting with them, but when I do my delivery, I don't actually work quote unquote out of session.
Mhm.
So I'm going to use Authority X Pro to quickly pull together ways that I can deliver that transformation faster so that I can free up my time to do other things, to
Yeah.
sell more of
And
those.
to
Yeah.
work with them too. I mean, the human side of what you do, this helps so much. So just to make it a little bit clearer for everybody, when you join the certified version of Authority X Pro. So Authority X Pro, you
Mhm.
get what we
Yeah.
just talked about, this incredible 24/7 coach who just has been trained on everything that it
Yeah.
comes to when it comes to me. If you get the certified version, you get a client dashboard that
Mhm.
gives you 40 workspaces.
Yep.
And for each of those workspaces, you have an entirely different, unique client in there. And you can work on exactly what you want to do with them. You can ask
Yeah.
questions about them. You can upload
Sorry,
calls you've
that's where I was
had.
going.
Yeah, you can do,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So you don't
I,
have to say
for
everything because
years,
there's a little
yeah.
secret sauce.
Yeah. For
But
years,
what,
I've done that. The transcripts are so critical in my business and have been for years. But to be able to take my transcripts and overlay the client dashboard and the client portal with Authority X Pro Cert, like game changer. Yeah.
so cool, so cool. And then the training of the certification. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That was a fun experience because it made you think about your business differently. So, like,
Mhm.
you can see over here, if you can see, I've got the Authority Playbook book, I've got your other books over there. And when you sit down with the playbook, you still need to then say, how am I going to put this into practice in my business? Yes, you're going to build your authority and it's going to help you with that. But then I have to actually operate my business. And
Mhm.
so when you take the homework exercises clearly, the light bulbs will pop on, gaps will be exposed, etc. And I had a gap exposed myself. I started doing the week one homework where I was reaching out to warm market
Yeah,
and my messaging wasn't landing. I went
understand.
back to Authority X Pro. It helped me with the language. And then I pulled in a recent win. I made a one-page case study, and that became my new messaging.
Oh,
So,
cool. Can you speak a little bit about your background? Because as I said, you are one of our Avengers, meaning our experts who do office hours. So it's not like you're coming to this, you don't know business. You teach people how to
yeah.
build their businesses. But every doctor should have doctors in their
Yes.
lives, I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
So what talk a little bit about your history because I can imagine a few people, more than a few people watching this who have the type of expertise you have and they may think, "Oh, this is for people brand new."
Yeah.
It is for people brand new.
It is.
It'll hold your hand, but how has it helped somebody like you who's an executive?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had a 30 plus year career. I won't tell you the plus part. It's a lot. And I've had a variety, as any person does when you've had many decades under your belt, you're going to have had many different seasons of business. So I've worked in news, I've worked in media, I've worked like post-production and that sort of thing. I've worked in a variety of different careers. I spent nearly 20 years at Dell, 18 years to be specific. And so I worked across finance, B2B marketing, treasury, like supply chain, like all different types of subgroups within a corporation. So I have a lot of reps at a lot of things, but sometimes the curse of knowledge can hurt you. So you always need those little tools that can kind of bring you back to, nope, this is the thing that we need to do now. So
Hmm.
be
Yeah.
humble, be coachable, and use the tools that create leverage is always my approach.
as someone who makes more than $1 million a year and works with people who make a ton of money, this is a secret weapon.
Hmm.
This is not anybody who is like looking at Authority X Pro and like, oh, I can't use that because it's a you know it's a chat bot and it's
Yeah.
for people who are just learning how to put stuff on Stand Store. First of all,
No.
those people putting stuff on Stand Store know some stuff. And
Hmm.
second of all, it is robust and powerful. And I use it every single day. I
Yep.
still use it myself because
Yes.
I don't remember everything I've ever said. And I don't remember I don't, it takes everything I've done and then it gives you different permutations of that. So
Hmm.
it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to necessarily know to add that and this to create the answer that helps me. I knew that when I was building it and I was getting really close to being able to debut it to our inner circle members and then to your first million live people. When I used it for like 2 weeks leading up and it had just really been polished to the point I thought, I mean, it's evolved amazingly since then. And I was like, it made me money. I
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, it made me money. That's so cool. And that's when I felt so confident launching it. And then within days, people were like, oh, yeah, it made me. So for you, it was minutes. It gave
Minutes.
you what you needed to do the 15K. And then the ball was in their court, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're selling to corporate buyers, there's some steps that kind of can get slowed down, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
natural. So yeah.
What do you think is next for you when it comes to Authority X Pro and how it can help you?
Like I said, speeding up delivery. And then one of the things that I'm really focused on is just that next piece of my value ladder where I'm gonna have a product that I can deliver in 1 to 3 days, as opposed to this engagement, which is a 6 month engagement. So
Oh,
I'm looking for that
interesting.
faster delivery.
Wow. I just dawned on me, and I should have known this months ago, but it does two things. It helps you with sales and marketing, but it also helps you, the certified version helps you with delivery.
Yeah.
So that's powerful. I need to do something about that in my copy, I think, on the front page because
Yeah.
like it can help you get customers and then it helps you deliver most things. Obviously, I just kind of spent time teaching that, but that is big because if it
It
did
is
one or
huge.
the other, it would be big.
Yeah, because you know this well. It's like when you're selling a transformation and then you want to be solving that next transformation. So it's very meta in that way where it's like, okay, I got this one thing to help me sell, but now I am also going to have this next problem, which is, well, I sold and now I have to deliver. And so it's
Yeah.
just kind of that
Yeah.
that cycle.
And the point I wanted to make earlier about how it helps you deliver faster and gives you time to do other things like get more customers. It also helps you have more quality time with the customer because you
Hmm.
don't need to spend a ton of time with them. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the
Yeah,
solution. Give me the
the
thing.
solution. Yeah.
But it helps you like with the thing, like if that's handled, then you can look through and find other things that you can be helpful with them. You can
Hmm.
find other things that they're not even seeing.
Yep.
And that makes you irreplaceable when you can help someone save money or make money or save status or make status, build status, that type of thing. Okay, anything else we should know? Just imagine someone's watching this, they have watched this far, so they are very interested, but they just don't know, should I go? And now, before you answer that, I'll tell you, I just reopened the ability to get this monthly. So I had
Oh, that's
closed
because
that.
I keep getting a lot of questions about that too.
Yeah, so it's not for the certified. Certified is not monthly
Yeah,
because
yeah, of course.
it's such
Yeah.
a commitment. But the regular personal version you can now get monthly. As of right now, July 16th, 2026, it's $149 per month. That can
Okay.
always go up. And in
Yep.
fact, I've been saying that for 3 months
Um,
that the price will go up, and I just have held it as long as I possibly could. But is
yeah.
there anything else you think that might have held you back or held somebody that you've talked to in during your calls with people
Hmm. I
about
think
it?
sometimes people are not prepared when they go to the trial. Like they
Mm,
just like they think, oh, again, in their mind, like you said, they're thinking, oh, it's similar to ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT is free, and so I don't need to really be prepared. I'm going to show up to my 24 hours. I'm like, no, you need to have a plan going into the 24 hours because
yeah.
otherwise you won't get the full value and you won't have pressure tested it. So you really need to kind of come to it with a plan, if you can come to it with some places where you were frustrated by another LLM
Mhm.
and you didn't get what you wanted, challenge it with that information.
Yeah.
But
What
be
kind of
ready.
plan? You mean like have something that you really want to ask it
Something that
ready?
you really are either stuck on, you want to move forward and really put it through the reps. The other thing, when you were talking about, just kind of understanding what it is, you're still using your own judgment. And
Mm,
so even with Authority X Pro, I spar with it, but
100%.
that increases and improves the output, right? And so
Yeah.
be ready with your discerning mind and your plan of what you want. Don't just kind of willy-nilly say, okay, I'm turning it on for 24
Yeah.
hours,
Yeah. Imagine you had the ability to text me anytime you wanted or Voxer with me voice anytime you wanted and just ask me something and I'm helping you or I'm giving you some advice. But then I said something, you're like, actually, that won't work because I don't think you quite understand what I just said.
Mhm.
You're going to talk to it
Yeah.
like a co-founder.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's going to, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Or let me take a look at that. But like, unlike ChatGPT, it's not just like constantly saying, oh, you're right. You did a great
Yes.
job. Awesome. You're so cool.
That's so
This
smart.
is so much a smart way of thinking about it. No, 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 no. As it falls off a cliff. That was such a good idea
Mhm.
that just that you did this. You know,
Yeah.
it does come back to you and say, no, we're going to focus. Remember, you said you wanted to do this. The
Mhm.
accountability, I think, is very special too. So there's a ton there. So grateful for you for having this call. I know you're running around busy, but congratulations.
Thank you.
And I will definitely um, talk to you soon. I actually, before I go, I wanted to let you know about my new group. It's called More with a hard O, MOR with a hard O. It's a wealth building social club, and there's a lot more to it. But I wanted to tell you, Camille, because there's a you have a version of this that is kind of like the certified version is the highest version, but there's
Mhm.
like this platinum version that you would get as part of it. And I just wanted to let you know about it. But actually, the platinum version is the client workspaces without the training.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not available to purchase. You
Mhm.
can't just purchase it. You have to get it
Right.
with the club. So it's just something to know in the background,
Okay.
because I think it's very cool. So I'll send you some information about that. If anybody else is interested, I think I'll remember to link to a video, or maybe I'll put a video right here, somewhere around here, that talks about the new More Club. But all right, thank you so much, Camille.
Thanks, Autumn.
Appreciate
Take care.
you. See you later. Bye.